Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
This one is supposed to feel a little bit different, like, oh, hey, new year, what's good?
Yeah.
But I don't have the energy to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been scorned so many times by saying, like, oh, yeah, this was the bad year.
Yeah.
New year, please be better.
It can't ever get worse.
Right, exactly. And I don't want the universe to take that as a challenge anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I am just, as I usually do, I'm just going to pretend like time does not. It does not exist.
So, hey, we're still going. Regular, normal day.
It's just another manic Monday, folks.
Yes.
Nothing else is happening. You're just hearing this. It's just a Monday, and that's okay.
Yeah. Welcome.
You don't need to make any fucking goals.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of seeing people pretending as if things are fucking normal.
Right.
And that you need to make goals. Just stop it.
No. Leave it. We don't need to bring that energy here.
No. It just makes me so tired seeing those. Like, I don't want to be let down.
Right.
If anything, my only goal is I just want to try and focus on sleeping.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And even that feels a little ambitious.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, baby steps, all right?
Yeah.
No pressure, all right?
There's just no pressure. That's it. This isn't a timeshare.
Yeah.
Don't treat your life like a timeshare.
Yeah. Into the twilight. Don't teach you like a timeshare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you breakfast and then trap you and block the doors and talk to you for an hour about a big boat.
Right.
It's just not.
No.
If anyone does that to you, start yelling and don't stop yelling. Welcome to Into the Twilight. Don't stop yelling. About whatever.
Yeah. Start and never stop.
Exactly.
We made that choice 4 years ago and we have not let it go.
We have not stopped. And you know what? A lot of things have fallen apart, but that is one goal that has stayed true.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that one.
Yeah.
That one works for me. Cody, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Just living?
Just living. My happy thing this week is a TikTok.
Ooh.
It is from a older woman. I gotta give credit where credit's due, you know what I mean? Her name is
Absolutely.
Tequila and Donuts, which already...
Oh, hell yeah.
Right. And she's an older woman, very sweet, and she posted a video on TikTok in which she got a Christmas present of a kind of like a harness for like a phone, so it like goes over her chest and like extends, so it's like she's holding it in front of her, but she's not using her hands kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I got this for Christmas so I can film when I'm parkouring.
Holy shit.
And then
Tequila and Donuts.
And she proceeds to do a video of her parkouring, but the camera is on her face. It is not on anything she's doing parkour-wise. It is just so close to her face. And her saying parkour, like it's 2012. And I've watched it like 30 times at this point now. It's the only thing giving me constant serotonin.
Tequila and Donuts.
Yeah.
Do you want to come on the pod?
Yeah, can we be friends?
I know that you probably don't know what Twilight is, and that's okay, but
Yeah.
do you want to be
fair.
our friend? Because holy shit, do you sound cool.
Probably the
Wow.
coolest person I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never wanted more to have a beer with someone than Tequila and Donuts. Maybe do some
my
parkour.
God.
I don't know. I'll break a hip for Tequila and Donuts. I'll jump over some shit, man. Why not?
Oh my god, Cody, please don't.
Like, but for the vine, you know?
Right, sure, yeah. Also, the idea of just filming your face and not the cool ass stunts that you're doing is a mood.
It's so powerful. And I think it was intentional. Like, I don't think she made a mistake and was like, oops. I think she was like, no, I'm going to take you with me like we're on FaceTime and I'm going to do parkour.
Look me in the fucking eyes.
Yeah, look at me while I do cool stunts. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god. Wow. That brought me so much joy. The idea of just being on FaceTime with someone and being like, oh yeah, anyways, we don't need to talk right now. I'm just gonna go do some cool ass flips right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What a life.
Yeah.
That just sounds so carefree.
Right. So, late in the running, but easily one of my favorite films of 2020.
Honestly.
Really right at the end there, but I think it's worth it,
God bless.
Yeah. How are
love
you,
that.
man? What's up?
Oh, I'm just living. I got those good Sunday scaries.
Ooh, very fun.
I've spent a lot of my winter break very intentionally not doing work.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Mainly because I am routinely taking my medications, and my medications suck the fucking soul out of me.
Sure.
Yeah. I sleep. Like my cats, I sleep all day when I'm on them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get no work done. I just sleep. And that makes it hard to do anything. But I have found myself often, because we live in a capitalist space, being like, oh, but I should work, though.
Right. I need to be
I'm not being
productive.
And I'm getting to the point where I go back to school in a week, and I'm like, oh, but I should figure out what I should do. And I'm like, oh, but what if I don't, though?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so definitely trying to fight back that notion of like, but break is break. Trying to figure out like what I would tell my students during this time.
Yeah.
And so that has been a good exercise in taking care of my needs. So my happy thing this week is there were many a movie that came out during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't good.
Sure. Sure.
Soul was okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of criticisms of that movie that I very much agree with.
Yeah.
But one of the characters was like a fucking accountant, I guess. It's kind of, I don't know, drawn in a swoopy style. What is that? I don't know. Like, it's abstract, I guess is the proper term.
Right.
He's like a wet blanket. I did not resonate with this character in any sense of the word, but this clip of Terry I've seen quite a bit on Twitter as of late, and my happy thing has been anytime that my intrusive thoughts have been coming up lately, I've just been trying to imagine Terry in my head, just being like, absolutely not.
Like,
absolutely not.
Yeah. This guy really is the image for just not having any of it.
No.
Which is, I think, what we all need right now,
There are so few lines encompassing Terry, but it's such a strong vibe.
Yeah, it is prominent for sure. The nose, I think, really sells it.
It really does.
It's like a Pinocchio nose. It's great.
And I love it so much. I think that we have a couple of current events here that are beautiful.
Just chef's kiss.
The first one here, I would love if you could share with the class.
Absolutely. This is from The Things, which I'm not sure if we've ever used.
I feel like this is a debut.
I think this is a debut of Content Farm content for this space. So welcome The Things.
I know.
With the most pressing article from Molly Harmon that asks the question, is Dakota Johnson the reason that Sage Green was trending in 2020? Right off the bat, I think the answer is yes.
Oh, absolutely. I think that the idea that, I know that you are technically all listening to this in 2021,
right?
But I think that the cultural impact that seeing this kitchen and this home had on us during this year is something that is worth discussing and is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, we need to talk about the international and cultural implications of the Architectural Digest video of Dakota Johnson's Canyon.
In this essay,
I
I
haven't
will.
slept well once since I've heard her talk with a giant plate of limes just whenever she wants and saying, I love limes. I love them. I haven't slept properly since that moment. That was months ago.
I completely agree. It is something that allowed our community to come together, to be able to see a home that had color, that was not just that fucking Target font on everything. That's just like a butter dish that says butter and jars that say falafel. Like, you can have style that it has color in it.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that that is very refreshing for specifically white women to see. Of like, hey, stop it.
Listen, I'll say it. I think Pantone really whiffed it with not making their 2021 color sage green. Or this specific green. Whatever that is in their catalog. Whatever. Don't at me.
Okay,
I'm not a color
I'm
theorist.
so glad that you finally brought this up, because I've been meaning to talk about this.
Yes.
The colors for this year of the gray and yellow that they chose, I think I am not the first to mention this. I am bringing this up because so many people more intelligent than I have mentioned this. The people who have paired this up to the baby toys and the baby like blankets that have those same color pairings is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why?
What's going on?
Knock it off.
Hey, stop.
It just reminds me of being in a nursery, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want to feel like a lockdown baby right now.
Because
I am a lockdown baby, and I don't want to feel like it.
I'm sick of being a lockdown baby. I don't...
Exactly. I don't need to be reminded of it.
Yeah, don't remind me of that, alright? Fuck.
At least if you give me some sage green, I can feel like I'm in Dakota Johnson's home.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by too many limes.
Yes. A lockdown baby with luxury, you know?
Exactly. I am a lockdown baby. We should all, honestly, hey, real talk, folks, we should all be lockdown babies.
Listen, yes.
But the colors did us really dirty.
Yeah, it's a little salt in the wound, you know?
Exactly. We are coming back to our good old content aggregator cheat sheet this week.
Welcome back.
To talk about one of the internet's favorite topics of the chemistry that was in Twilight between Robert and Kristen Stewart. Because, sure, let's bring this old gem back to the space.
Why not?
There's not a lot to mention in this article from Cheat Sheet. But here's what I'll say. Cheat Sheet really likes to dig through the depths of these pieces to come through to find these quotes from Catherine Hardwicke, specifically about the chemistry between these two incredible actors. Specifically, that the chemistry between them was, quote, kind of scary.
Yes.
Which, you know what? When you're a teen, sure.
Yeah.
It is. It's really scary.
Yeah.
It was one of the things that it was probably really palpable, which is fair.
Yeah.
Especially because when, as we have talked about before on this show, one of the first scenes that they had them practice together during their audition was kissing. So yeah, it was probably a little bit deep and scary. You could probably, I mean, as she mentions in the quote, like, you could feel it in the room. So sure.
Yeah.
Understandable. I think one of the things that kind of bums me out when I see quotes like this is what it shows me when I see these is how talented these two are as actors.
Yeah.
Sure, it ended up becoming a relationship between them. But what makes me kind of sad is, like, I still, in the year of our Lord, almost 2021, I'm still seeing Twitter accounts that are like, you know what this is? It's evidence that these two belong together still.
Ugh,
And it just, like,
come on.
it makes me sad
Yeah.
because these two are, from what we can tell, what they have shown is that they are in very healthy and happy relationships.
Right.
And this is just evidence of, like, how much they put themselves into these roles at the time, that they were just deep in the paint and working really hard at jobs that they care about. It is not evidence.
What more proof do we need to give those people? Like, literally, Kristen Stewart went on Howard Stern to talk about how gay she was for her girlfriend.
Howard Stern. folks.
Howard Stern! And spent the whole time just talking about her girlfriend. That's commitment, you know?
Yeah.
What do we gotta do here?
I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
What I will say is it takes a lot of commitment to run a Twitter account like that.
That's true.
I thought it was very powerful
Mm.
when they were in a relationship. At this point, I would just ask that you move that passion that is very clear that you have into literally anything else.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good move.
Something
personally.
that is probably something helpful,
Mm.
I might ask.
Mhm.
Speaking of Twitter, though, we have a this or that
Ooh.
that was created by not us, but someone named Abby on Twitter. We have retweeted this by the time that you have seen it.
Mhm.
It is a thread. I am going to attempt to pronounce this username. It is at flashlover2, the number, AJT. I hope that's not something hateful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will regret having said
Oh,
it.
no.
I figure we might just do a couple of these.
Sure.
Would you like to select the first one?
Ooh. I think I want to do a hard one off the bat. Just to really get your gears going.
Okay, give it to me.
This or that, Alice or Rosalie?
Is yes an option? Like,
Again, why put two queens against each other? You know?
that's what I'm saying. Here's what I will ask as a clarifying question. Are we
Yes.
considering all of canon, book and movies?
Ooh, I guess. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. This is hard because I do love them both.
Yeah, they are just top tier. They're S tier.
I agree. As the people that we know from a fellow Twitch stream, they are Peapod tier.
They are Peepaw.
Figuring that I think I know what you will say, so I will choose the other. I will choose Alice.
I was gonna do that, but the opposite. I was like, I know you're gonna pick Alice, so I'll pick Rosalie. We'll both have our wives, our separate wives,
Exactly.
and be happy.
It'll be great.
We'll hang out. It'll be great.
It'll be awesome. Okay. Then, I mean, fuck, let's just keep with the hard ones then. Carlisle or Charlie?
I knew it. That's cruel.
I know.
I gotta go Charlie all the way.
Great. I can't resist that fucking stony ass face, so I will do Carlisle.
Yeah. That's fair. I think it's funny that one of them is Edward versus Mike, as if that's a fair pairing
I know.
in any conceivable way.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so disrespectful.
Also, because of the fact that the photos that they chose, Mike looks literally awful. It's right before he's about to, like, puke his guts out.
Yeah, he looks sick.
Ugh. There's not even a choice.
Laurent versus Victoria.
Ooh, this is a good question.
This is good.
And this is like OG Victoria, too.
Mhm. Before she had red hair for some reason.
Yeah. Back when it was like strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
The color that Edward was supposed to have.
Yeah. Wow. Real fans remember.
This is a good question. I feel like Laurent is pretty chill.
Yeah.
So I might say Laurent.
Yeah.
But do you remember the first episode that we had when I got Victoria in that quiz?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Ugh.
Lifetime ago.
I feel like, personally, if I was around her, because I know that she's, like, very skittish,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I, like, moved, she would just, like, zoom me away.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with Laurent because he's pretty chill.
Yeah, Laurent is very chill, but I can't deny that I love a messy bitch who lives for drama. And that's Victoria.
It's true.
I think I gotta go with Miss Victoria.
I respect that as a fellow messy bitch. So I get it.
Yeah, solidarity, you know.
I understand. I can't believe I was offended by that way back when, because like that is me.
I don't. The tables have turned.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is tough. Seth or Leah?
Oh, God. Listen, just for gay rights, I gotta go Leah.
Oh, God. And they chose an amazing picture of her, too.
I know, she looks stunning.
Just...
And Seth looks so soft and so small.
I love Seth so much. I can't leave Seth out because you can't put Seth in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Especially when he's wearing a sleeveless hoodie. Like, come on. If you're cold, he's cold. Let him inside.
Exactly. You can't let bimbos out in the cold. It's just not fair.
Yeah, it's true.
I will choose Seth always, but like I can't honestly choosing between them feels unfair.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah. Wow. What a list.
This is a great list.
This is
honestly
great.
I would love to see all of your opinions on this, folks, because some of these are easy. Like,
yes.
Choosing between Mike and Eric, like, come on.
Yeah. What is this, amateur hour?
But some of these are tough because there's one I think down here where it's like Jane or Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Some good ones.
Yeah, that's divisive.
I agree. There's some good ones on here. So I would love to hear all of your opinions.
Yes, absolutely.
It's been a minute since we talked about the host.
Hello.
A whole year, some might say.
Yeah, some could say that.
When we last spoke about the host, we were talking about family conspiracies.
Yes, bunker shit.
We're with weird nicknames.
Yes.
We were talking about how heavy water is.
Right.
All the goodness.
Yes.
All that good stuff.
Right.
Now, when we last left off as well, they were sleeping in the car, just having that good old road trip, but it was about to, like, end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as road trips often do. But shit was about to, like, break bad. Just, you know, hey, just like good road trip stuff, too.
Yeah.
Side note, did you ever watch that Britney Spears road trip movie?
Crossroads?
Yes.
Yes. Can we do a bonus Jonas about Crossroads?
Oh my God, please.
Yeah, flawless movie.
Just no, that era when celebrities were doing road trip movies, because doesn't Kelly Clarkson have one too?
I think so. I can't remember what it's called, but yes.
I think, personally, that all celebrities, not all of them,
Sure.
but the good celebrities
yeah,
should have...
The ones I like.
The ones I like should have a road trip movie.
Yeah.
Because they're very good. That's all I have to say about that. Anyways, so we have chapters 11 and 12 on here. And I know that I say this every time, folks. And you could just drink water every time I say it at this point. But things are about to get wild.
Yeah. You thought last time she was going to get real. Oh boy.
You thought, but you did not know. This chapter 11, is called Dehydrated. For why, you might ask? That's a great question. Now, as you are used to on here, we get a lot of arguing between Melanie, between Wanderer. Is that good stuff?
Yeah.
You'd think you'd be used to it by this point, but I am not. I am not at this point.
A lot of yelling still, you know?
I agree. So we find out very early on into this chapter that the car is no longer an option. Gas, gone.
Sorry.
We don't know her anymore.
Made a little whoopsie, little road trip whoopsie.
Yes. because they apparently tried to find the second landmark, tried to find the third landmark. So car, no longer an option.
Yeah.
So they gotta walk. Sure, great. We got all this heavy water for that. So there's a lot of arguing at this point between them, especially as they are trying to make sure that, like, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna find Uncle Jeb. All is going to be good.
Right.
All this stuff. There's this thought in, I think, Melanie's mind that they'll be able to find them by tonight.
Right.
It is at this point that we get I think my neighbors have a dog. Weird. That we get another great annotation. Hello.
Oh.
From the annotated playlist.
Yes, welcome.
It's been a minute since this has happened, so I thought that we would just bring it back.
Yes.
Because we all just need to make sure that we are keeping up with what is going on in this annotated playlist.
Yeah. I gotta know what Stephanie's thinking while she's
You
writing
gotta
this.
know.
I gotta know.
So during this moment, when it says, the yearning belonged to us both, the image of their faces, one man, one child, it is, of course, the song Walking After You by the one, the only Foo Fighters.
Okay, not what I would have expected.
I agree. It is also not what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Stephenie Meyer, always keeping you on your
It's
toes.
true. Yeah, I only Stephenie Meyer could pair Yearning with the Foo Fighters, and I think that's brave.
It is brave.
Yeah.
There's a lot in this chapter of Wander drinking water and Melanie saying, "You motherfucker, you're gonna regret this. I know you're sweating. I know we're in the desert.
Yeah.
I know it's hot, but you're gonna regret this." Same with Wander eating the granola bars.
Yeah.
There's a lot of anger about this happening as well.
Yeah.
Now, I have not lived in the desert. I do not plan to.
Sure. Yeah.
I do not want to.
Yeah.
So I do not have experience with this. But it feels like a pretty common response to it being hot out.
Yeah, it seems like something that would happen naturally.
Yeah, I agree. There's also a lot of not anger, but there's some frustration, especially as they are getting ready to go to sleep. When Wander's like, we have to lay on the ground to sleep. There's no magic cot that's gonna come out. And Melanie, of course, is like well-versed in, yes, there's bugs. Yes, there are critters. No, you will not get eaten by I think there's like, I don't know that it's like dogs, but there are like, I don't know, larger animals. And Melanie's like, don't worry about those because you are bigger than them.
Yeah.
But there's some recommendations of like, lay in a place that is flat and not near things with thorns, because what we would imagine as common sense but might not be to someone who is not from this planet. So sure.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Fair enough. But by the next day, a road appears, which understandably Melanie is like, this is a trap. Don't.
Yeah. Do not trust that mysterious road.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I would do the same thing. But of course, Wander's like, no, it's a road. You have to take the road.
Yeah.
Why would you not trust a random road to
Right.
appear in the desert? However, it's fine.
Yeah.
It is just the random road leads to a random little shack, which of course Melanie's like, don't do this.
Do not trust that mysterious shack.
And I think this is the point where if someone was playing D&D, for example, you might be like, maybe don't trust the shack.
Yeah, actually, might be right
Actually,
on this
don't.
one. Yeah. Getting bad
But it's-
vibes from this shack.
This is a deserted road and a deserted shack. Maybe don't do this.
Yeah.
But it's Wonder, so of course she trusts it.
Mhm.
To be fair, Wonder was right, even though Melanie was like, don't do this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of symbolism within this shack that Stephanie is like, hey, do you get it? Do you get this symbolism within this shack? Specifically about the newspaper that is in here. There's like the headline is something like, man burns 3-year-old daughter to death. And Stephanie's like, hey, do you get it? The people here were bad.
Bad vibes.
They were monsters.
Ugh, humans.
They're so bad. But there was stuff in here, which is good and helpful. There were crackers, even though I think they were like crumbs, but they were still in the sleeve, so
Right.
they ate them very quickly.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. It's still food,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
And then there was also water. It was in those bleach bottles, which is smart, because it kept it from like going bad. And then
Right.
also the most important find is the Twinkies.
Thank God. Listen, we
Finally.
talked about the road trip food last week, but we only got, the only fun thing was like donuts or something. Twinkies?
Yes.
Come on. Let's go.
That's some road trip food right
That
there.
is road trip apocalypse specifically, because those homeboys were made 400 years ago, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like honey. They don't go bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Exactly. You get those little smushed up cakes, you are good until the end of time.
Yeah.
So I think those were, you get some crackers, so you got carbs and salt. You get Twinkies, you get carbs and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
You get bleach water. So you get your essential nutrients of bleach and also water,
Yep.
and you're good to go.
That's road trip, baby.
That's all you need.
You did it.
You want to, hey, folks, I know the face you're looking at me right now. You want to tell me that Monster you drink is not made of bleach and water?
Listen. What I would
Don't
give
lie to me.
for one of those like what I eat in a day YouTubers or whatever.
Oh my
be like,
god.
hey guys, so this is my like what I pack in a road trip. I have my container full of bleach that has water in it, and I have my Twinkies, and I would just love that a lot, actually.
Honest to God, Cody, I saw a TikTok right before we started recording today, and it was a girl who looked like a model saying she was trying the, quote, TikTok drink challenge.
Oh.
She went to a gas station, got a Slurpee cup, and one of those baby bottle pops, just poured the powder in. It was supposed to be a Sprite, but she poured a Red Bull in there. Put actual Sour Patch Kids in, and then filled the rest up with Gatorade. Tell me that's not bleach water.
My insides hurt just from hearing that. I didn't even look at it, but I just, oh my god.
Like, that would immediately go through me. Not just because I can't have caffeine, but like, that is like what would make a medieval child just like explode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Victorian orphan tries the TikTok drink and just
Timothy
dies.
Chalamet would split in half.
Yeah, there's no hope. Oh my god. That sounds horrific.
I just feel like my teeth bones would just like go away.
Yeah, no more teeth after that. You get no teeth.
No teeth, just gums. Like I would only be able to
Oh,
eat Twinkies.
God. Yeah.
Anyways, so Wonder has the sugar buzzing through, got some blood sugar going, and heads back out into the fucking sizzling sun out there.
As you do.
As you do, once you got them essential nutrients. Chapter 12 is titled Failed, which can only mean one thing.
Not a great sign, you know?
Not a great start.
No.
But that's okay. Especially since Wander did eat all of the snacks the day before.
Right.
And this chapter starts with, yesterday I ate all the snacks. And I drank all the water yesterday.
Dear diary, I have made a mistake and I am sorry.
Dear diary, I fucked up.
I did a bad.
Dear diary, I would like to start over from my save point.
Can I go back to yesterday before I ate all of our food and drank all of our water?
And so that's kind of a fucked up thing of being in the fucking mid-morning in the desert. Mm-hmm. No food, no water. This is hell for a lot of people. Cody, when I tell you that when I read this sentence, my body was drying out, I could feel it. I could feel it in my bones. Like I felt my face get like physically just like, ugh. I could not do it.
Yeah.
This is one of the benefits of why I'm glad I did not go out outside this summer. I just don't want to feel that.
No, definitely not.
It distinctly, this part of this chapter reminded me of when the people I knew in like middle school and high school used to quote tan with baby oil.
Oh God.
And like,
Jesus.
And I,
no thanks.
You know? No thanks.
No.
That's a no for me, actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just, you learn through experience, you know?
Yeah.
So we're reading through as Melanie is starting to, her health bar is just dwindling. Not slowly, but pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's just not looking good.
She's fading pretty quickly from dehydration. Pretty fast, just mumbling. You would think to Melanie, but it's pretty much just to herself at this point. And it's not great. Pretty sad. Just saying, like, and Melanie is even starting to say, too, like, at least I died trying. Lots of counting footsteps, because we know Stephanie does like numbers. Can't relate.
Right.
Lots of, like, 19 steps, 34 crunches. Lots of numbers happening here. Before Wander, as well as Melanie, just kind of, like, just lay down in the desert.
What if we just stop?
What if we just lay down?
Yeah.
Which is a mood. It's not a good choice.
No.
But sometimes you just gotta
listen, considering the options, I think you just need to lay down for a little bit sometimes.
Sometimes you just need to lay down in the dirt.
Yeah.
You know, at this point it's night. They notice that they thought they heard a sigh, and then they hear and also feel water being poured into their mouth. We're not sure at this point if it's like a hallucination, because they've had some at this point happen.
Right.
But they're also hearing like fabric and zippers as well. There's also the lights happening in their eyes. And then the end of the chapter happens, and they notice, as well as say out loud, that their Uncle Jeb is in front of them.
Jeb, he's here. He
Jeb,
made it.
my boy.
Jeb.
And he says, to end the chapter, well now, here's a pickle.
All-time top tier Stephenie Meyer end lines.
Just a fantastic character introduction.
That shit hits, man. Like, that just has everything. What's not to love
really
about
does.
that sentence?
I love Uncle Jeb.
Yeah. I know
already.
nothing about this man, but I do love him.
He's already my favorite.
He started out strong. Yeah.
I don't know what's not to love about this man.
Seriously.
I completely agree. So when we are back next week, we have chapters 13 and 14, where one can only assume that we are meeting Uncle Jeb fully. And what I can imagine is the other people that he probably has. Maybe
Right.
he is only by himself, but I would imagine, knowing Stephanie, that he probably has a family with him.
Sure.
But we will find out.
Ooh, exciting.
Exciting. Speaking of exciting, we have some patrons.
Hell
to
yeah, we
thank.
do. Mm,
Hell yeah, we do.
cool. Shout out Mallory Hardwick.
Pew, 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 pew,
Pew,
pew.
pew, pew.
Thank you to Katie Black.
Pew, 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 pew. Shout out Kylie Minty.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you to Elizabeth James.
Wow,
Pew,
wow.
pew,
Thank you, Jess. Love.
pew, pew, pew. Thank you to Alex Dornan.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Thank you, Carrie Goldberg.
Pew, 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 pew.
Ooh.
Thank you to Mickey Meyer.
Ow.
Pew, pew.
Yes. Shout out Zoe Steele.
Pew, pew, pew.
Mm.
Thank you to Rebecca Cullen.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you, Amy Taylor.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you to Mulch Gray.
Mulch. Shout out Taylor Brown Town Lautner.
Pew, 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 pew.
Ooh.
Thank you to Danae Swan.
Pew, pew, pew,
Pew, pew, pew,
pew.
pew.
Shout out Aaron Weber.
Pew, 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 pew.
Uh.
Thank you to Gwen Stanley.
Ooh. Yes.
Woohoo.
Shout out Kelly Beck.
Pew, 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 pew.
Ooh.
Thank you to Aaron Salinger.
Ow. Ow.
Ow, 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 ow.
Shout out Sophia Salinger. Ooh.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
Thank you to India Peach.
Ooh. Yes. Shout out Jay Molina.
Pew, pew, pew.
Ooh.
And thank you, last but not least, to Casey Yorkie.
Woo. Yeah.
Also, oh my god, I did not know that ham horn that we used to use back in the day
Yeah.
was a 30 Rock reference.
Was it?
Yeah, I found out on TikTok, of all fucking things,
Wow.
that ham sound comes from a moment in 30 Rock, of all things. What the fuck?
Wow. I love that.
I told Chris that and he was like, oh yeah, from 30 Rock.
This
I
whole
can't believe
time
it.
we thought we had a bit and it was just someone else's bit.
It's just from fucking 30 Rock. It's just like,
Goddamn.
there's like a moment when I don't know the actress's name, but she just goes, ham. Like, and they just, apparently someone took that sound bite and just made it into an app.
Wow. I love that.
I know. I can't believe it.
Ugh.
So I found a fan fiction for us this week.
Oh.
It is by the fanfiction author Kimmy 1901. So this person is 100 years, no. Wait. 110 years old.
Okay. Happy birthday.
And it's titled Bella's Bowling Fiasco.
Love this.
It was published in October 2007. It's been a minute.
Sure.
The summary is what happens when Bella and Edward are invited to a bowling party with their friends. So this is quite long. I will not be reading all of it for you. However, where I'm starting this off is it is his turn to start bowling. He is quite nervous because, of course, he has his powers and he is trying to mask them. And so chaos ensues.
Love that.
Also, he's wearing pink shoes, and apparently that is a big deal because masculinity or whatever.
Sure.
Okay. He groaned, and Mike laughed quietly as Edward staggered to the lane with a ball in his hands. He looked over to me with irritated eyes. I laughed along with Mike, and he set up for the shot as well. I'm sure he was afraid that he'd break the pins, so very carefully he set it on the lane. It rolled a bit, but then dropped into the gutter. Mike burst out in laughter. "Cullen, you suck," Mike called out. I'm sure that Mike had been waiting forever to tell Edward that, but even though I knew it was coming, I shoved my elbow into his ribs. He flinched. "Okay, Edward, you have one more chance," Jessica laughed. He glowered at me and took another ball, but actually he was madder at Mike now. For a moment, I believed that Edward wouldn't care if he broke the pins and revealed that he had superhuman strength, and he would go all out just to prove that he's a better bowler. How he restrained from proving Mike wrong is a mystery. So just like a good little boy, he put the bowling ball on the lane again carefully. This time, though, he gave it a bigger push. The ball rolled down very quickly. I watched nervously, and the ball hit the pins with a thud. All the pins fell, and luckily, not one broke. He turned around with a smile. End scene.
Wow. Just bowling with the boys, you know?
Just bowling with the boys.
Yeah, love to see it.
Something about the idea of Edward being forced to eat tater tots, knowing that he is going to have to choke them up later, brings me great joy.
Oh, absolutely.
So just, there's a little mental image for you all to go into your day with.
Yeah. A little treat for you.
Just a little treat, you know. You don't have to have any resolutions for this year, but just, you know, think about Edward having to eat tater tots and put quarters into those little games at bowling alleys where you get those really glittery stickers.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you need those.
Yeah, that's valid. You deserve it. You do need those. Well,
as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit
and get whipped.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. Our theme music is by Eli Krause, and our artwork is by Maddie Padilla. Follow the show on Twitter at Into the Twilight, and support us on Patreon at patreon.com/intothetwilight. Send us an email or a fanfiction at intothetwilightshow@gmail.com. You can find Allie at Into Wild Places and me at Cody Curl. You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.